What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 57 Civs World Battle. I don't know, don't really have a name for this one. No, there's no like special twist or anything. As we sometimes have, this is just a hectic battle royale full of civs for fun. There's no confusing twists we need to get our head around. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully it's going to be super balanced. Obviously I played with the civs a bit to try and make it perfect. We have some cities falling. America is almost completely eliminated now by the Iroquois. I might nerf the Iroquois. It's never something I've ever considered doing before, and I'd feel a bit wrong doing it, but they have won so many times, so maybe there's an edge. And obviously I didn't really do anything to nerf them anyway, so maybe. I'm kind of hoping that the freedom I've given to California and Texas by removing the Aztecs will balance it out a little bit, but there we go. That is the one maybe area. I feel like the Iroquois is becoming the new Zulu and Mongolia. I mean, not that those two are doing particularly well here. And Russia did grab a claw here of Poland, although they are about to lose St. Petersburg, so it's 1 in, 1 out. Warsaw looks set to fall as well. It'd be very big if Germany gets that, by the way. That's very rare that Germany does well. China versus the Tsar has begun. We will just call them the Tsar the whole way through. I know their name changes sometimes. It's just easier to call them the Tsar, which is XIA. I like seeing people try to comment, and I don't know why. Maybe I've never showed it, but people always like try and guess how it's spelled, and it always seems to go wrong. It's XIA, but it does change throughout the game, like different dynasties, but whatever. St. Petersburg does fall to the Huns. Japan has entered the medieval era. Bear in mind they've got quite a good technology advantage, and the technology's all messed up now. We all saw that list. I don't know, maybe I missed some civs, maybe I didn't. Who knows? But there we go. Warsaw does fall to Germany, so that's a good start for Germany. Things are looking better for them. You know, Denmark's not doing great. France is sort of cut off, and Belgium has like no units, so it could actually all work out here. And Belgium's actually going to head down this way. Spain has settled towards France, who they are at war with, and that was the first capital to fall for Poland. So yeah, not so good. A lot of people at war with Poland and Russia, including each other, so it's a bit of a mess. Brazil completes the Hanging Gardens, so they will have a massive population, I'm guessing, in Rio. Yeah, by the way, is that a second? Oh yeah, they got the Temple of Artemis too, which I think is also food related, so Rio is going to be huge. And just a final heads up, you'll notice this episode won't be half an hour, it will be 25 minutes, and we have to knock 5 minutes off all the episodes just for now. I'm going to try and start going a bit more back to normal in my regular life, so I'll be I'll basically be going to my dad's house for like the first time since it started, taking all the precautions. But obviously I don't have a PC there, so that will be, it means I have to sort of get ahead. I can't be just, all since there's been this virus, I've just been at home making loads of videos, and the next day I upload those loads of videos, and then I do it again the next day. But now I'm going to have to get further days ahead for when I'm not going to be at home, that sort of thing, and upload more in advance and edit more in advance. So we'll have to cut back a little bit. Obviously, I'm also not doing 4 series at the moment. That's maybe not permanent. I'll either stick with 3 longer episodes in the future when I've worked things out properly, or it will just be, it might just be 3 with the longer ones. I don't know, or it might go back to 4 shorter ones and then 1 longer end one. Mali has founded Buddhism, so there's lots of religions in Northern Africa: Buddhism, Islam, and Eastern Orthodox. I don't think there's any in the Americas, which could be a bit of an issue, but never mind. You've got 2 in Europe, pretty far apart, 3 in Africa and 1 in India, and there's 1 more to be founded. Hopefully that does go to a European. And Nelson Mandela there completing the Parthenon wonder. I can't remember what that does. I think it's something cultural. There you go, that's for South Africa, who've got 4 cities. And yeah, Shaka not having the best start. Kilwa looking good with 3 cities and a settler up as well. See what they get up to as Mongolia and Korea attack China. So this will be interesting. China having some success against the Shah, but now they've got to fight Mongolia. Korea won't probably get too involved. They've seemed pretty isolated up here, but they're doing fine themselves. And a city did just fall. I don't know where that was. Is it the Champa? No, although this city might fall. I don't know where that was, so apologies. I'll try and find it. Oh wait, did America die? No. Although they're about to, if a melee unit comes over here, which is very concerning for the rest of the world. This is Shoshone doing their bit though, getting bigger. Obviously Mexico still very open. I hope we see some more settlers down this way. Texas looks like they're on it. Somewhere a city fell. Or maybe I'm going crazy, I don't know. Maybe not. Moscow is about to fall. Oh, Rostov. Here it is. Okay, so the Huns having a great start here as well. And it looks like they will conquer Moscow. So the first two capitals to fall will be Warsaw and Moscow, pretty close to each other. Songhai versus Morocco. Well, this should be an easy conquer. I don't know about the other two. And there you go, Moscow does fall. So Attila gaining 3 cities already. Not too concerning. He does only have 5 cities. Oh my goodness, there's so many similar colours on the map between Carthage, the 2 Sicilies, and Germany on the mini-map. They're all like grey. And it just looks like they're all the same civ, and then the Huns as well. Sicilies and Belgium still with their settlers. We'll see where they end up. Korea completes Colossus, which will be a free trade route, so they'll be having a good amount of money and an extra free, I think a free cargo ship early on, so that's good. And yeah, Russia lost their capital, not so good. Not what you want to have happening too early on, as Germany is the next civ to enter the medieval era. Fez of Morocco, oh, and there you go, Pyongyang has been settled by Korea. And yes, Fez has fallen. That was that Moroccan city right next to the Songhai. I mean, that was always going to happen. Morocco did just put down another city. I think they'll be okay. I don't know. Maybe they'll lose one more. The Huns just not stopping. They're joining in against Poland too, although they now look a bit thin on units themselves. Maybe Russia actually looks pretty equal now. So I don't know how that will pan out. And religion, come on. Oh, Burundi. Another one in Africa. Okay, so Africa it's going to be a lot of religion fighting down there as we get was that Confucianism? I think it was, yeah, Confucianism. Interesting. That means Protestantism was not chosen, if I'm not mistaken. I think. See, Nigeria usually chooses that, but they're not in this series. Benin is in here instead, so it's exciting. I'm using Benin. We gotta spice it up. Use some different mods that actually work. They're probably the main new one. I guess Belgium's not really new. I haven't used them for a while. Russia did recover their capital, and Spain peaced out with France. Another city just fell, and I have no idea where that was, but somewhere. Moscow is there. It was Siam, grabbing this off the Champa. Yeah, that looks fine. I mean, I'm not too concerned for the Champa. This is their capital. They still have other cities. If they start to lose these, then obviously it gets a bit concerning. But yeah, let's hope. Oh my goodness, what happened here? The Tsar pieced out with Mongolia and gave them this city for free. I'm not convinced Mongolia are going to do super well. Even the Khazar are giving me nerves for Mongolia right now, just being sat here. But yeah, that's probably not a good sign. I imagine China will probably now kill the Tsar. Assuming, although Mongolia's here too. I don't know. It'll probably just lead to nothing now. I don't know. Maybe. Denmark pieces out with France. Not much they can do. They need to get the ability. I mean, this settler could have gone up here. But I can understand if they don't want to. They will, as soon as they can cross the shallow sea, they will be able to get Scandinavia, so it's not too bad. Or this little portion of southern Scandinavia. It's pretty good for resources. Copper, sugar, wine, gems, ivory, deer, more gems, and some fish. There's also whales, depending on where you settle. So you can get some good stuff out of that. This little bit of land, for sure. That's not it's not a disaster or a death sentence. Arabia v Babylon. First war in the Arabian Peninsula, and looking at this should be an easy win for Arabia. I mean, that's pretty dominant start. I don't know what Babylon have been doing, but yeah, they have not been preparing for this at all, have they? Don't know what's going on there. We have Hagia Sophia for the Mayans, which I think is a religious wonder. So that's a bit weird, because they don't have a religion. I don't think they can get one, but there you go. Maybe they'd already started it. Lots of wonders getting done. This term, Mali added a belief. We'll look at all the beliefs at some point as well. Obviously, I don't have to do it as structured now because we don't have info addicts at all. It doesn't work with the 60 civ mod, which I assume, I don't know why that is. I mean, I'm not a computer expert or mod expert as to why that is. I would assume it's maybe the info addicts just can't, it wasn't set up as a mod to deal with more than 40. I don't know, maybe. Or maybe it's something else, but there you go. California grabbed Petra, which is, yeah, fair enough. They're in a desert. I mean, I guess, do these tiles still count as a desert? Yeah, these tiles still count as a desert, even though there's a farm on them. So that's fair enough. And Belgium completes the Great Wall, which is pretty useful for them too. And yeah, Babylon very quickly losing that city and will probably be eliminated first, sadly. I feel bad because I'm recording episode 2 before anyone's made their picks at all, because episode 1's not out yet. So I'm hoping nobody picks Babylon, and then I just have to sit there and be like, good luck, it's going to be fine. Finally, And Persia have not settled, but the Harappa did put down another city. And I mean, to be fair, their capital's grown very big, probably the biggest city in the world, so it's not too bad for them. The Jar joined in against the Champa and forward settled them. That sucks. And the Harappa getting in as well. Oh, that's not very nice. You guys will be fine. I believe in you. Indonesia looking good with their 3 cities. I think this is just enough. Even if it's not amazing, it's enough for when they finally get to where they need to be. They can start to move on. They're not just going to be stuck with one city forever. Same with Samoa. And I mean, they're a friend for Australia. I think it looks like these guys are trading with each other. Although, kind of, because Australia has no idea Samoa's here, like where their cities are. Australia can't see this, so it's a bit ominous. They just show up in their boats and trade with you. South America still looking pretty chill. None of them hyper aggressive. They're just all minding their own business for now, of course. Probably won't last. Poland pieces out with Russia, with Krakow set to fall. If Germany gets this, they will be looking good. Although they are holding off Austria. Oh, I thought that was already happening, but no, that's only just started. We'll see how that goes. I think Germany could handle this. This could be Germany's big time. Oh my goodness, Belgium, that Great Wall is disgusting. And it completely missed Brussels. I don't know what city they built it in, but there you go. Doesn't matter where you built it, it has the same effect everywhere. But yeah, that's going to be awkward for France to try and deal with at any point. Belgium v Germany, the 2 Sicilies. Yeah, Germany was getting a bit too strong. Germany. This always happens to every Civ. You need to balance it between making a good start and being too aggressive. And conquering the first capital is probably quite an aggressive move. New York is still clinging on. Sorry guys, America has been eliminated. What have I done? Oh no, that's the end for them. Oh, and the Huns just conquered 2 cities. Oh wow, they actually snuck in and grabbed this one off Poland as well as Moscow in the same turn. So Attila with a very good turn for himself. The Goths have put in so much work into this war and got absolutely nothing for it. I do feel for them in this scenario. They've done so much and received so little. Poland's still just surviving up here in Łódź. There's not really been the fight for Britain yet that I was anticipating, but that's fair enough. I'm sure we'll get one at some point. Obviously, Ireland's still available. I mean, one of them, Britain in particular, could probably squeeze one more city in, but we'll see. It might not just happen. I just thought it'd be interesting to find. I always gift a Civ, like whether it's Britain or the Celts, I would just gift them the British Isles. So I thought for once maybe we'd just have a battle for it, even if it does maybe make them weaker. In the long run, it's very rare that almost impossible that they would win anyway, so just a bit of fun. Moscow does fall back to Russia. They could really do with a peace deal right now. France and Germany peace out, so at least Germany gets some sort of peace. And I guess by not getting Krakow, they can sort of turn around, come defend themselves from Austria and Belgium. They should be fine. From Belgium, I don't know, Austria, I guess, through the mountains maybe could get a bit scary. The first of the sort of wars in Africa, although apparently someone's fighting Benin. Apparently the Congo and Benin's been going on. Didn't know that, but yeah, the first real war I've noticed in Africa, apart from that Songhai one, and that is Egypt versus the Garamantes, and the Garamantes look like they could win this pretty well. Songhai, yeah, not really doing much more against Morocco, and Arabia having some success now, beginning the siege of Babylon, so we'll see how that ends up for them. Parthia just sort of is little silently expanding in these mountains. Mongolia do grab Shanghai, and the Xia may actually end up conquering Beijing here, so China not going to have a good game. I'm excited for Korea. They've managed to finally get quite a good amount of cities in this area. Up in the corner, they can do their thing. Obviously, they're very good with technology, so there you go. Maybe that's going to help them in this game. Japan here as well, looking pretty okay for an island Civ. And the Champa are clinging on to this city just about India. This is going to be a really challenging game for Gandhi. He is definitely a Civ that's gotten off lightly in most of my games. He normally is just gifted the subcontinent of India, but that is not the case this time around. He's going to have to put in work. He's got the Harappa here. Siam have been forced his way because of where the Champa are positioned. So yeah, he's going to have to put in some work if he wants to do well this game. New Congo City here. But yeah, there's plenty of little skirmishes going on, but Africa's genuinely been pretty peaceful. Only South America's probably been more peaceful. And another Corral City. They definitely still believe they spawned up there, don't they? Maybe it's because no one else has settled there. Like, obviously in the Parthia case, their spawn has been... Actually, I didn't move. Sorry, the Khazar, like, their spawn was filled up. Like, this is probably pretty normal for where they would have settled if they'd have spawned here. So, yeah, maybe that's not too bad. Russia has still got 4 cities. If they hold on to Moscow and the Huns don't take them out for a while, then they could pull it back. Like, it's unlikely, but, you know, with some help, you could turn it around. And here we go, turn 50. It's gonna be a slow one, as these big ones are, but it's fine. We're making good progress. They do feel pretty quick. Obviously, there's a lot going on at the moment. Siam does now grab a 4th city, or 5th city, I should say. And the Tsar pieced out with China, which means Mongolia should waltz into Beijing at some point very soon. And it will be looking good for Mongolia again. They've turned it around, coming out on top in this region. But like I said, it's not going to be as easy as normal, just because they've had a good start. Doesn't guarantee too much. And Texas versus California begins. Yeah, San Diego could be in trouble here, although those lakes and the sea make this very awkward to get to. This is like a mini version of the Burundi famous fidget spinner city, if we can get over there. Which, yeah, this city is obviously similar. Yeah, this is like a mini version, but it's still very difficult to get to this city. We'll see how Texas do. But yeah, California, not too much. Maybe I went a bit over the board with my pick. Kind of regretting that now. But there you go. The Sicilies did grab another city in northern Italy, so they're looking good. 4 cities in Italy. They've got that locked down. Now they just need to go and try and find something to do. Go build some boats. Maybe North Africa's looking quite disjointed. Could be a way to go. India v Siam. Well, that was always coming. Siam, bit of karma coming their way. Korea is actually going to make a move after the Champa, which is pretty smart if they can get this nice and easy. Yeah, that'd be a fantastic start. If you get this too, you'd be looking really strong. Arabia also joined against Siam. Yeah, no, probably not too much going to happen there. Songhai and Morocco pieced out with nothing changing hands. And Spain joined the war against Germany, but that won't lead to much. And Belgium actually settled sort of just here. Normally Spain settles here. They haven't this time. They settled Barcelona more to the south. But importantly, this Belgium city is by the mountains. So that's going to be quite difficult to deal with. So yeah, Belgium sort of building some weird snake throughout Europe. But I like it. It's cool. And the Khazar will go after Parthia. So that's going to be an interesting battle in sort of central or western Asia here. Whatever you prefer. Yeah, that would be an interesting sort of fight. Persia, you really let us all down again, but it's fine. Not everyone can do well. They're the only civ left, I think, with just 1 city. And there we go, Korea does grab a little bit of the mainland for themselves. Well, they're on the mainland, but, you know, crosses over into China here. So well done. And Russia has lost their capital to the Huns again. So not so good for them. Germany and Poland have peaced out, so... Okay, nothing changed there. Yeah, Germany defending from Belgium and Austria, not Poland. And that's Ferdinand. I think that's the 2 Sicilies next to enter into the medieval era. So congratulations, guys. Good job. Is there any areas I'm just completely ignoring? I hope not. I'm keeping an eye out, but I think we're good. How is Babylon just surviving this? Or do they... No, they have composite bowmen. When do they... Must be the next tech level they get their unique bowmen. Yeah, I thought they would have... But yeah, Babylon doing well to defend themselves here. Beijing is so low. China has squeezed out 2 settlers. I don't know where they will end up. Or if they will even get anywhere. See, it's a bit of a race. You want to put them down before Beijing falls. And Korea actually out of nowhere with a warrior. I didn't even see that was happening. Again, didn't know Korea was even involved. Well, I guess I'm sure we knew, but obviously I've just read out like 100 wars this episode. I'm going to forget them. But there you go. Just that warrior sneaks in, profits off their good work, and the fall of China is complete. And Korea looking pretty promising here, which is finally, it feels like it's been a while, it feels like, so I'm excited for this. They made a good start in that other game we just had, but then obviously everyone decided that they weren't allowed to do that and then beat them up, so... That was that. Japan obviously came and killed them, I think. Chichen Itza, completed by South Africa. Good little wonder to grab. Burundi v Kilwa. That won't lead to too much. And South Africa v Kilwa. Maybe, but probably not at the moment. Seems a bit early for these civs. They don't really have the military for it. The Zulu would have been the interesting one, and even they're split up by South Africa, so probably not. Germany pieces out with Russia. And Arabia and Babylon pieces out. So Babylon left with one city, which could be tempting for somebody else. Persia, I mean, you may as well just go for it. I mean, what's, nothing else in the way. Byzantium, maybe if they build up enough, they're not really ready for it at the moment. Ethiopia via the Garamantes, who are struggling a little bit against Egypt. They might grab one city. Carthage via the Garamantes. Yeah, this could get a bit rough for the Garamantes. They did peace out with Egypt as well, so they've missed out on this one. And then Mali versus Morocco could be interesting, although not sure. I think Morocco could get away with this one. They could be all good. Don't worry, the Iroquois starting to settle some of the tundra, but there's nowhere near as much of it left. In that last game, we obviously saw them just spamming cities everywhere. There's not enough space for that. You're going to get 1, 2, or 3 more. Probably one for the Iroquois, one for the Sioux, and one for the Shoshone maybe, and that's it. Oh my goodness, Russia just managed to peace out with everybody. That's pretty good. Mongolia, Austria, Byzantium, the Huns, and Parthia. So that's a lot less wars, and they do survive with 3 cities, so maybe there's a chance for them still, depending on what goes on around them. It's not really up to them, but we'll see. Songhai versus Egypt is not so important. Ethiopia versus Egypt is, no, probably not a good idea, Ethiopia, to fight both these civs at the same time when you border them. Byzantium versus the Huns, that's very brave. And Mongolia teaming up with you, yeah, that's not going to be easy. I mean, I'm sure you'll be fine, but bit of a risk there. Goths, if you come and settle somewhere down here, that would be amazing. I just say, like, this whole space is open, and with your current cities, like somewhere like this hill, I don't know, that might be too close, but here or somewhere in here would be a really good placement. Just saying. Just, what you got to do. Just go ahead and settle. Oh, Austria did grab a city down here. I didn't even know if there was space there. But the city of Graz, which gives them a 3rd city, makes them look a bit bigger, and an ability to build boats. And it looks like they're friends with the Sicilies because they have open borders. Austria declaring war on the Huns, as does Persia. Okay, maybe the Huns is next to face the wrath of a coalition. Because, I don't think Persia should really be brave enough to attack the Huns, but there you go. I mean, Attila is very spread out now, with not many units left, so the Goths in particular are the ones they should be watching out for. That's when it could get rough. Champa and Siam do peace out, and the Champa will keep their one city. Korea's not looking too bothered about going after it right now, so that's some good news. And Parthia v Khazar has not really led to anything just yet, but it's getting underway. How is Texas, California going? Yeah, this is a stalemate. It looks like the Sioux are just waiting to jump in on whoever gets weaker in that one. Come on, one of you. I need someone to die. We need someone to stand up to these guys here. Or it will happen again. Britain and the Celts still pretty... Oh, the Celts now have their unique unit, so that will help them if there is to be a battle now for Britain. I mean, it's pretty early. Probably need more boats as well, which does give Britain an advantage, although now Belgium's blocked them off, and France is going to be kind of awkward. The boats you build in London can't really go anywhere. Khazar have peaced out with Parthia. That's the end of that. Nothing changing hands, which is probably as it should be. There wasn't really a reason for anything to change hands there. How are Australia doing in their isolation? Still 3 cities, still just enjoying themselves. They will, of course, play a bigger part later in the game. Samoa with a huge population. Oh my goodness. 10, 13, 16, and 6. That is insane. Indonesia with a caravel. So there you go. They are exploring the deep ocean. So there is no excuses for this settler. I think it's just something to do with the AI. So I'm glad I gave them 4. Same with Samoa. This is actually one I gave them at the start. So it's not... I didn't make them too overpowered with an extra settler. They did build the 4th one. This one is I gave them this one specifically. So it will move eventually. But it takes a while. Okay, well, the world is crazy. It's pretty much full up. There's not really much room for settling. Obviously, the islands of the world are available. The tundra is still a little bit available. There's the Caribbean, which which is usually a juicy spot for people like Spain and the Iroquois, the Mayans, Brazil, all to consider. There's parts of South America, actually, that could still be settled. That's pretty open. Australia, there is some spaces still, and they just grabbed the fourth city. Yeah, it's mostly just islands now. The Europe, Asia, Africa are all, and North America for the most part, are full. Mexico, there's still some gaps, I guess, if you wanted to settle in certain places as well. But yeah, the map filling up much quicker than normal. It is only turn 60, and most of the major land continents are filled up, and Oceania will probably not be too far away from starting to fill up too. Some of those Asian civs start heading down there as well. That will really start to fill up quite quickly as well. But that will be it for episode 2. So as always, if you have enjoyed, it would be awesome if you could leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.